It's a strong start.
And he's into the veils. Oh, and there's contact.
Consolation sparked up, tumbling out, huge crash.
He's closed in.
Oh no, an explosion.
Has got the finish line.
He comes through. Clark is the world champion.
I can hear the cheers. Skateboarding Championship, and we are ready to go with the quarterfinals of the QS race. First time we're ever bringing you some action from the QS race. Then we're going to go on to the CT race a little bit later on, and we're starting at the quarterfinals. I believe we're going to take a little look at the course in a few moments' time in this beautiful part of the world. And Ian Finley and Adam Westphal in the commentary box for you. Maybe we won't take a little look at the course. Don't worry about that, folks. Adam, it's a great day. We're going to see some racing. We're at the quarterfinal stage. Everyone at this stage is now into the CT qualifying. But you're in these heats. You want to try and win this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these folks are on the line. They definitely still have something to prove. I mean, there's a lot to be gained just in the scene. From, you want to be winning these heats. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, these guys are qualified for the CT tomorrow, which is great. So they're going to be stoked on that. But, you still want to finish the day on top. You want to be standing on a podium for this, medaling for this. It makes a big difference. So,
it's an opportunity, isn't it?
It'll still be a serious fight to the bottom. And these are heavy heats. These are serious racing about to go down.
We got in quarterfinal one, Morgan Owens, who took the QS qualifying yesterday. He's looking really good. He's in the red leg sleeves, looking like he's chosen far left lane there. Tony Madariaga, who was riding out of his skin round 3 in Isle of Man, qualified in 9th place, but he's having to work his way through here, and second lane choice. A bit of a false start there. Micah Green in here in the blue, and Trevor Ovenden in the yellow. And as you said, Adam, heavy heats. Every single one of these 4 quarterfinals we're going to see has got serious talent,
serious riders. I mean, even these 4 guys are all incredible racers. You got Micah, local legend here. He just won the sort of unofficial Utah Outlaw yesterday, so he's feeling hot, or maybe 2 days ago. But he's feeling on top of the Utah scene right now. Absolute shredder, and obviously Tony and Morgan been on the scene all season. So
it looks like we are set for quarterfinal 1. Top 2, of course, progress into the semifinals. We're going to have a little bit of luge action as well later. And here we go. Let's look at the start of Morgan Owens. But Tony stepping it up. And that was a blisteringly quick start from Tony there.
Tony coming in hot off the kick there with a strong lead. He's going to be really pleased with that. Morgan Owens sitting back in 3rd, but honestly, he seems like a guy who's comfortable playing from behind. I don't think he's going to be stressing about that too much. There's so much track left. All of them going for the right slide, then left slide combo breaker. Morgan getting on the inside, squeezing into 2nd there, just squeezing out Micah. Looks like they're going toe-to-toe for a little bit. He's going to look for a way to edge him out and hopefully catches inside here. Tony really running away pretty comfortably for now. And Micah just right up on him.
Ooh, tight. Keeping it really tight.
Coming into this next left-hander, this will be the last of the little hairpin stack, and then they'll come into the flat right-hander. So spreading out a little bit now. Morgan finding a little bit of comfort. Oh, looks like Trevor coming in the inside of Micah. Maybe he's going to jump into that 3rd place spot.
But Tony's got this in command. Now we're seeing Morgan Owens getting right into this section where he's looking super comfortable. Makes a lovely pass through the tunnel there. And this man is a danger man in tomorrow's race as well. And after that quick start from Madariaga, sitting into 2nd place. But maybe leaving something in reserve. And Adam, as we're coming through this section, we could see a lot of drafting, but this final turn we're about to see is where a lot of action is going to go down.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of folks bunch up into this final right-hander that they're coming into a second. It's sort of a left-right combo breaker. Some people even sliding left before this right. Looks like both these folks just going for the right-hand slide there.
Okay, out of the final turn, and it's Morgan Owens that is going to take quarterfinal 1 into semifinal 1, along with Antonio Madariaga. Nice racing. That one's gone to seed, hasn't it? And but every heat, as we've saying, has got some heavy hitters. You never know. We're jumping straight back into Quarterfinal number 2. Maxwell Caps in the red. There, you can see him on the right-hand side of your screen. Andrew Aitchison in green. Choosing middle right lane there. In blue, Tim Dell. In white and yellow, Austin Pedroni. So much US talent have come out for this race this weekend. Adam, it's amazing. Yeah. The biggest field we've ever had for WDSC. Amazing.
Massive U.S. turnout. I tell you what, it's great to see. I mean, this is one of the biggest U.S. races we've had in years, and it's phenomenal to see this kind of turnout, this kind of talent showing out. It's really just kind of a throwback to some of the bigger like pre-COVID years of racing, and that's something that's been really, really exciting to see this weekend.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of time to come back. All right, got to re-rack him. Lane choice is interesting on this course. I think we're going to talk a lot more about that tomorrow in the CT race. But there's a lot of time between the first corner. It flows really well up to turn 1 and that first hairpin. But it's going to be interesting watching where those reds and greens position themselves. And Caps choosing far left, I quite like that. But again, you've got to back yourself out of the start. Doesn't matter which lane you're in. If you start well, you get it sorted on this course. Here we go with heat number 2, quarterfinal number 2. Nice start from Caps and from Aitchison as well. And they're going to settle in to this opening section. You can see the speed really builds quickly as we approach that first hairpin on this course.
Yeah, so Andrew Aitchison sitting in that second place spot. He's going to have to defend that over. Whoa! And it looks like Pedroni's down. Unbelievable. Looks like Tim makes it through clean, and he's going to try to.
Oh no!
Oh my
Tim's
gosh!
down.
Tim's down. I don't even know what he hit there. He must have hit a. I don't know. Maybe he just caught.
It was like
a
land shark or something.
Yeah.
That just went down. We'd have to see that again. But it kind of opens this one up. It takes some of the drama intensity out of it. But again, barring any mishaps, Adam, this one's going to go to seed. Yeah,
they're just going to need to sit into this, relax, take your lines, nothing crazy, and they should have it in the bag, no doubt. But that was a wild one. I mean, and Tim was going to be and who knows, he's got it in the bag if he just holds it together. Yeah, that's great to see. That would have been a crazy fight too. I mean, Tim definitely would have been looking to reel him in through this straightaway. That's where he really shines. So, but Andy Aitchison able to just relax now, carve it out, check out the drone there, get some Steve's hands. He knows he's got it.
Yeah, he's such an experienced rider as well, like 7th place in IDF 2019. Been riding like well over 10 years now, racing at a high level. Good to see him back and racing, and he's going to be in the mix, isn't he?
It is great to see him back on the scene. He was a classic name back in the day, and we love to see him back on the scene. Haven't seen him in a few years, so
yeah, he's loving it.
Fantastic.
He's loving it. That's ultimately what it's all about. Caps takes it. Aitchison in second, Pedroni coming through in third. Haven't seen Tim Dell yet. That's your lineup for the next heat that has just popped up on a screen. And there we go. And already want to point out, we saw Caps take that far left. Broms has taken middle right here. Let's take a look back.
Yeah, so right there, Austin just goes down. It looks like Tim just almost catches his board there, but then he seems to pick it up okay, and he's winding out fine. And then let's see if he catches.
He moved on.
I don't know if he just weighted his board a little strangely, or maybe caught a rock or something that was in the road.
Happened.
But the road's been pretty clean this weekend.
Yeah, done a great job.
What could have been in the road there, but an unfortunate run for Austin and Tim there.
Let's hope they're all right. Moving on to quarterfinal 3. Nick Broms qualified in 3rd place for this one, and Bryce Brady in the green leg sleeves, just to Broms' left. Sam Mitchell from Canada in the blue, and out on the far right, Zamanian also from the USA. And Broms looking back to Isle of Man. The last time we raced on the tour, he was in great shape, wasn't he? Picking up that 3rd place in the Isle of Man. Different field, different challenge, but ultimately we know he's got that quality that can see him be a threat.
Yeah, he
on home soil.
He has World Cup pace for sure, World Cup experience for sure. And he was kind of the young golden boy racer for a long time, and now he's gotten a little older. He's got some maturity to his racing. He filled out a little bit, put some weight on his body too, and I think that's really helping him. So
muscle,
he's really looking strong. Yeah, good intentional weight. So yeah, it's great seeing him showing out and absolutely showing up this season. So I expect we'll see him finding his way into the CT next year.
Yeah, if he keeps on the track he's on at the moment, on the trajectory, CT for sure. And looks like we're just about to get ready. This is some bonus racing for you. It's a chance just for me and Adam to have a practice. And we're going to take you into the CT qualifying a little bit later on, where we've got Q3, Q2, Q1, of course, or other way around. And with a stacked field, we are going to have 32 riders in the open stand-up tomorrow for finals. Cannot wait for it, because this qualifying is going to be really interesting later on today, because it's going to tee up some pretty tough heats from the off. It's going to be such a battle. We can't wait for it. Here we go, quarterfinal number 3. Broms in red, Brady in green, Mitchell in blue, Zamanian in yellow. Here we go. Let's watch the start from Broms, getting away well, as does Brady. I kind of like that middle left lane. I think it's putting you in a really good position on the road if you execute your start.
People seem to be looking strong from that spot. I'm curious to see where folks start in their qualifying position when you really get whatever spot you want. Brom's really taking a nice lead there, and Bryce just looking to trail. Brom's definitely running away with it, so they're going to be fighting for second unless they can seriously pick up some pace here. But Sam Mitchell definitely looking to chase down Bryce Brady there. But Bryce holding him off pretty well. Doesn't look like he's sweating too much at the moment. Seems to be pulling away, if anything.
Well, let's see how we get on through. Broms has got the gap coming through turn 3, but we're expecting this to be really tight throughout the weekend. But it's this section here where that drafting really starts to happen, and we've got a bit of a battle building for that second spot, that spot in the semi-finals, assuming Broms keeps that gap, and he's really starting to settle through this section. Little pass coming on the inside. It's getting tight.
Sam Mitchell finding his way in. They both go down. Neither of them make it through. Sam Mitchell coming in on the inside of Kayvon there. And it was Kayvon who was actually the one in second there, not Mitchell, as I said earlier. But looks like some contact there, and it looks like Bryce and Nick are going to cruise away with it, no problem.
Yeah, another one that's going to go to seed, but that was just a little unlucky. Hopefully we can see that again through the final turn. Nick Broms put together a textbook race there, avoided all the drama behind him, and Broms can stand up before the line, relax, claim it, move on to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and that's something that you can do if you win heats by that kind of margin. You can avoid some mix-ups like that. So it's definitely it's worth it to run away as far as you can. If that's an option to you in a race like this, then go for it.
It's what's really interesting, like guys like Nick, we've come through a round of 128 this morning. There's been a lot of riding today. And they've still got 2 more heats to go. We'll come back to that, Adam. Let's have a look at this crash.
Let's see what happened there. So it looked like maybe just some contact on the tail end. It looked like maybe Kayvon just slightly clipped the tail end of Sam Mitchell. I'm not sure, how they would call that in a protest situation, but given that they both finished 3rd and 4th, it's not going to come to that either way, I don't think. But
I can't see anything changing from that one. Looked a bit of a racing incident. We'll come back to the amount of riding and how that might impact on things later in the day, because they got another 3 runs to go after QS is done. But quarterfinal number 4 is underway at the first time of asking, wasn't it? And we got are we on quarterfinal 4?
Huge start from Mike Fitter, it looked like there.
I thought Chase wasn't going to race this, but you can see he's pulled in, but he's sitting.
We heard he was maybe dealing with an injury or something, so he may be just taking a practice lap since he's already qualified for the CT tomorrow.
Yeah, I was told he wasn't going to start this one, but then that's what threw me off. We are in quarterfinal 4, and Chase Hill are just taking a little cruise.
Lucas looking for some way to track down Mike Fitter. Norm Plant very much in touch with the race here. Nice, clean through the right slide. And let's see if either of them can kind of make a move down here, down low. I bet we're going to see him bunch up a little bit here. Norm looking for a way through, looking for a way around. Just sneaks by Lucas. Let's see if he can pull off two. Is he going to go for the second pass or maybe just sit in second for a minute? See if he can make something happen through the bridge here. Diving in, arms locked. Norm looking really comfortable through there. Oh,
little
bit of wobble there.
But he's got it. That's a really nice pass coming out of turn 3. And now this is the first race that we're really seeing a battle for those top 2 spots. And Schultz starting to come back, going around the outside, setting up if he can. But he's got no room there. And
just sneaking in. It looks like he may be able to edge Norm out there. Maybe just not quite. Norm and Lucas, a little contact. But both make it through clean. Norm trying to back off of Lucas. Unbelievable. Who's actually going to pull through with it?
Yeah, it's going to be Fitter and Lucas Schultz that go through, but Norm Plant, well, put together a great race, a little unlucky, but it was some great... he tried. He threw everything he had at it, and it just didn't happen for him there. Yeah, Chase Hiller will have finished in 4th, but everyone through at the quarterfinals will be in the CT qualifying later today. Now we're going to jump to some luge. Watch out. It's Luge semifinals. Watch out for this man in the Canada and Quebec flags there. Frederic Laberge. He's actually the boss of Quebec snowboarding.
Yeah,
you might find that interesting. You might not. But he's having a great North American season as well. And this luge race, when we get into CT, it's going to set up. Andy Lally's here. Menino's here. Then, of course, you got Colby Parks. We've got Abdel Madzan is back. Ulrich Becker's having a great season. I can't wait to see how this is all going to play out over the weekend. But here we go, semi-final 1. Laberge in red, top qualifier in Luge QS. William Wright in green. Laureline Pasteur in blue. And no. We're going to start this again. And Ross Paradoy from representing Switzerland in yellow. Okay, re-rack. I'm getting a few false starts today. More than I'd like.
Yeah,
gonna go have a word.
Yeah, surprising
get
amount
everyone
of false
together
starts too. Actually, especially for rounds like this, that like you said, they're already pre-qualified. Usually the nerves have dived down and people aren't false starting as much. But today, plenty of them, nonetheless.
Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Get behind the line. I don't know if you can hear Ty on the live stream. We can hear him here, and we're locked away. And actually, a rather nice-smelling trailer. It's very nice. I like the smell of wood. Here we go with the Luge semi-final in the QS race. And Laberge has got that power, that extra push. But he's dropping into 2nd place here. It is the man in yellow, Paradoy, who's actually at the front in a red suit. It's got top spot right now.
Yeah, looking like he's taking it into this first corner, but Laberge definitely looking for the inside line. Already looking to make a chop. Oh, yeah, and an easy chop for Frederic Laberge. That was a textbook inside line. He said, you know what, I know I can make it. I'm going to just break a little harder, cut to the inside, and make it happen.
Yeah, he put that pressure on coming in there. Like, I'm here. He's a powerful guy, and when you know he's taking that line. This is maybe not the race where everyone takes the risk. We're going to see that tomorrow.
Yeah,
you're going to have to take the risk tomorrow.
Leaving a little something in the tank for tomorrow. You know, some of the crazier lines, some of the just more violent racing they may save for the CT race. But maybe not. Sometimes.
Well, when you're in race mode, you're in race mode.
You got to rip it. You got to rip it.
Well, Laberge is doing a great job in this race, and another heat. Different board, but we are seeing a battle here. It is going to be really interesting. It's 3 riders all in the mix here, and Wright is got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
Not run into the back of Paradoy right there. Unbelievable.
Paradoy's under a bit of pressure. He's got to play a defensive game here because Wright is all over him. He's got the pace. This is the moment for Wright. Can he squeeze through? Yes, he can. Oh!
Lower line down.
That was
and William
nasty.
Wright clean in, but can't quite hold the line. Looks like he's going to lose it to the inside to Paradoy.
So Laberge takes it. Dramatic racing. Baradoy didn't have the best qualifying, but comes through. Well, it was okay. He was in 5th, but comes through in 2nd place to go into the final. Well, great racing. Let's do it again. Semi-final number 2. Raggy English in red in this one. James Cook in green. Peter Joseph in blue. And Sabrina Riffenberg in the yellow over on the rider's left of the road. I'm looking at the luge again, seeing where they're choosing, which lane they're choosing. Middle right here. Ultimately, you've got to get a good start, but it was impressive from Laberge there, especially in that last heat, getting into that first turn. From that moment on, didn't really look back. All the drama happening behind him. I really think he could mix it up in finals tomorrow, and we're not going to talk too much about the championship standings and all the permutations of that right now. This is the QS race, but once we get into CT, we'll start to whet your appetite for that, and certainly tomorrow, because there's quite a few. I've got a lot of maths to do tonight.
Yeah,
I got a lot of maths, and I'm not good at maths.
A number of ways several of these categories could work out, and we definitely need to chop it up and figure out.
I want it to go down. I want it to go down to El Salvador. We're round 4, and I'd love to see it all go down to El Salvador. Here we go. Interesting start from English, but it works, and he's getting away in top spot. Cook putting that extra push in there in the green. Qualified in 7th place. English leading the race, qualified in 2nd.
Yeah, and looks like James Cook looking for a way on the inside of Raggy there, and I think he may get it. They're going to go toe-to-toe right there. Nice clean chop, and Raggy looks like he gets him back. Wow, they are really battling it out. I mean, leaving absolutely nothing there. Going side by side through that turn. Looks like they're going to go side by side again. And it looks like James Cook is going to pull away a little bit. But man, they are really just going side by side on the whole track, huh?
All right, coming into turn 3, and side by side again. Leave a little bit of space, and English is coming through. Wow, this is what we want to see in the QS race, this sort of battle. You want to get one over on the person next to you in the race if you can, and the speed starts to build through here. Love this little tunnel. Message to everyone, we got to get some banners up there. So if we're back here next year, that would look epic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree. It's cool racing under a tunnel. It's not something you get to do all the time. Finally getting into a bit of a stagger here, and not just side by side. It turns out they can go through the entire top section of the course too wide.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it? This space on this course to race.
Yeah,
and it gives everyone that chance to take a little bit more risk without being punished right away.
Yeah, and some of these corners they're a little bit flatter. They're kind of higher percentage corners in terms of you've got a lot of grip, you got a lot of downforce on your wheels. You're not exactly just floating on the wheels, so you can make some more risky moves like that. You can have a little contact and people will stay on their board. So I think we're going to see some really tight racing this week, and it looks like James Cook and Raggy are going to walk away with that one pretty clean.
All right, folks, so that brings the Luge semifinals to an end. There's going to be a little bit of free ride now, so whilst we're on free ride, I'm going to come back with a story about a tunnel. Don't worry, it's related. We'll take a little break, and we'll be back in a few moments.
It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little thing for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's alright.
enough. It's a strong start. He's into the veils. No, in this contact.
Consolation Clark go tumbling out. Huge crash.
He's closed it. Oh no! What an explosion! It's got the finish line. He comes through. Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers. There was a bit of contact. I think Clark is down. Oh, and Bouclier's down as well. There's got more riders in.
Welcome to the opening event of the 2025 World Downhill Skateboarding Championship and the start to the road to El Salvador. Following the thrilling success of last year, the WDSC Tour has returned with an unprecedented 5 races across 4 continents. The breathtaking village of Axamer-Lizum in Austria would be the first to play host to 3 days of white-knuckle races, fierce rivalries, and jaw-dropping speeds.
The location is pretty amazing, you know. We got an amazing view, the sun is out, we're in the mountains, so it's a good time for sure.
The track is really fast. We thought it was going to be kind of just a big braking and then big straights and then big braking and big straights, but it's turned out to be a lot more interesting than that.
The WDSC really knows how to pick winners, and this one is no exception.
58 daring riders from over 15 nations geared up to face off against one another and the stunning alpine elements in pursuit of the championship title at this majestic venue. Nestled in the heart of the Tyrolean Alps, Axamer-Lizum is renowned for its picturesque landscapes and world-class slopes. This location not only offers a challenging course for the competitors, but also a visual feast for spectators. The 3.3-kilometer Austrian course features 2 lengthy straights for gathering speed and 3 hairpin turns, including the final turn just meters before the finish line. With an average gradient of 9.2%, kicking up to 21.8% at its steepest sections, the Axamer-Lizum track is guaranteed to be one of the fastest on the championship tour in 2025.
This track is wide when you're looking at it, but when you're going down it, you don't really have too many options of what line you're going to take. You're trying to stay as straight as possible so you can go a little bit faster, and then you come into the hairpins, which are really technical. You got to slow down a lot for, and that's where moves are going to be made.
The WDSC's continued commitment to advancing the sport has once again yielded results, as GoPro is announced as the official action camera partner for the 2025 season. Throughout all 5 events, WDSC will exclusively utilize GoPro technology to capture POV and 360-degree footage, enhancing viewer experience. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open skate category, including the qualifying series of the first leg of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. On the first day of the event, the qualifying series saw intense racing as riders battled for victory on the demanding descent of Axamer-Lizum. In the end, Morgan Owens came out on top to claim the all-important 100 points for the championship. "40 riders from 17 countries lined up at the start line, including 8 women in the women's stand-up category. The man to watch was world champion Harry Clark of Australia, who came to Austria to start the defense of his 2024 title.
Yeah, obviously, coming into 25 season and being the defending champion, there's a lot of added pressure. You had the target on your back this year. Everybody wants to beat you. You're the guy to beat. Everyone spent the last 6 months thinking about me, and I spent the last 6 months thinking about them. I can't lie. So yeah, there's a lot of talent coming up, and we love to see it. If it was just me at the top and no competition, it would be exciting racing, and that's what we want here at the WDSC. So the more close racing we can get, the better.
After a tough and heartbreaking 2024 season where the championship was so close, Adrian Paynell has it all to prove.
Yeah, I'm looking to have fun. I'm confident in my ability to go out there and do my best, and I've done my best during the off season, so I haven't really left anything on the table, so whatever I do, I'll be happy.
The French duo, Andreas Bouclier and Antoine Carlotti, were strong contenders last year, and will chase the pack all the way to El Salvador.
So I live in Paris. It's hard to skate there, but I have my friend Carlotti. So we train during winter. Yeah, we was racing every time in our spots, learning how to take good lines, like the best line possible.
With the popularity of downhill skateboarding building in North America, seasoned competitors like Owen Fox, Adam Westfall, Garrett Bellinger, and Dexter Manning are always ready to push the limits and compete at the highest level.
You know, new organizations, new racing bodies, people are a little hesitant at first. They don't know what they're going to get into, and I think that the WDSC has sort of proven now that it is a reputable organization body, and they throw great events. And you know, I'm looking forward to more and more people coming, but it is really nice to see a lot of Americans coming out.
There were also 8 women prepared to stand shoulder to shoulder with the men, including Selina Tyler, Marijke Winsche, and Ashley Weinkoff.
Well, as the WDSC has more successful events, it's drawing a bigger crowd of women. They have had some gaps to make up, but I think that they've done that by providing the best tracks with sick organization and great media that comes out of every race.
During the qualifying round, Adrian Reggie Paynell had the fastest run down the course with a time of 2 minutes 32.403 seconds. His closest adversary was last year's champion Harry Clark, who had 2 minutes 33.426 seconds. The skate competition started with a round of 32, where riders put their best feet forward in heats of 4, with the best 2 riders from each heat progressing on to the quarterfinals. In the first heat, Adrian Paynell, Adam Westfall, and Nicolai Gallardo pushed off for an initially close race. But by the halfway point, Paynell and Westfall had opened up a gap and qualified for the quarterfinals. In the second heat, Mitch Thompson, Carlos Scherer, Wojtek Zacek, and Dimitro Hajdukic all kept each other close by until halfway down the track. In the end, Thompson and Scherer pulled away and moved into the quarterfinals. In the third heat, Morgan Owens, Micaiah Harness, and Marijke Winsche lined up to push off at the start line. Harness and Owens opened up a sizable gap and never looked back to progress on to the quarterfinals. The fourth heat was between Dexter Manning, Alex Clark, Cam Brickenden, and Thomas Eng. Manning opened an initial gap, but Clark soon chased him down, and the pair finished in a bunch to move on to the quarterfinals. The fifth heat saw Owen Fox, Antonio Madariaga, and Jack Plummer face off against one another, where all 3 riders remained close throughout, and the lead changed hands several times. In the end, Fox and Madariaga moved on to the quarterfinals. Heat 6 had Andreas Bouclier, Garrett Bellinger, Armand Jaberi, and Ashley Weinkoff assemble at the start line. Bellinger was flawless throughout, but a close race was taking place for second. It was close until the last turn, where Bouclier took the better line and progressed into the quarters. In Heat 7, Stefano Barbizzi, Alex Demel, Pepe Laporte, and Selina Tyler push off for a chance at the quarterfinals. Barbizzi leads from the start and keeps his composure until the end. Meanwhile, Demel and Laporte fight it out for second place throughout the race, but it's the German that triumphs in the end. Barbizzi and Demel move on up to the quarterfinals. Heat 8 saw Patrick Stoll, Harry Clark, and Antoine Carlotti face off in a hotly contested race. While Stoll lost contact with Clark and Carlotti by the second hairpin, the world champion just edged out his French rival at the finish. Clark and Carlotti progress into the quarters. As the quarterfinals got underway beneath the clear blue skies of Axamer-Luzum, a palpable sense of anticipation began to build among the riders. In the first heat, Adrian Paynell, Mitch Thompson, Adam Westfall, and Carlos Scherer lined up at the start.
Out of the start line, everyone getting away pretty quickly. Paynell on the left-hand side of the road, and Paynell is just about going to get into top spot, but maybe Mitch Thompson's got the speed. Westfall on the right-hand side of the road just gets pushed behind Thompson. Scherer makes his move up into third place. Westfall down to fourth, but they are still battling. Westfall takes the place back. exceptionally well through that turn. Paynell in second, but Westphal and Scherer are going nowhere in this one. He has got the speed, he's in the slipstream, thinks about it. Yeah, because Thompson is now starting to pull away, but Paynell is picking his line here, isn't he? And it is Paynell who has made the pass. Westphal has got to throw everything he's got at this final turn to get past Thompson. If he wants a place in the semi-finals, it's not going to happen here for Adam Westphal today. Adrien Paynell from France takes quarterfinal number 2.
In the second heat, Dexter Manning, Morgan Owens, Alex Clark, and Micaiah Harness made their final preparations and lined up at the start line.
So here we go, and what an explosive start from Alex Clark in blue, but now Dexter Manning trying to get up to speed, and Micaiah Harness in the lead, and now you can see just how easy it is on this top section to build the speed up, and look at the speed around the right hand side of the racetrack. Exceptional riding through the top section, and Micaiah Harness down to third place now. Manning in the lead, Owens in second, Harness running wide, and they just avoid some contact there, Clark and Harness. Manning still with the advantage, but it's bunched up even more in Micaiah Harness. But look at Owens on the right hand side, he's got the speed, and he might bring Micaiah Harness with him, and he might bring Clark as well. This one is going to go right down to the line. Through the trees here we go. It is still Owens and Manning, but Harness, has he got anything? Can he try something on the inside through the final turn? It is so difficult to overtake here. But Morgan Owens takes it. Dexter Manning comes through in second place into the semi-finals.
The third heat saw Owen Fox in red, Andreas Bouclier in blue, Garrett Bellinger in green, and Antonio Madariaga in yellow.
To a great start here. Owen Fox with a good start. Doesn't want to be down in third or fourth early, but the work he's done over the winter really paying off. First and second, that'll do, as Bouclier thinks about the inside. Oh! We lose Bouclier. Apologies, that was Garrett Bellinger that went down. But there, Madariaga and Fox. Bouclier is still on his feet. It was the American that went down in green. Do apologise, folks, but Bouclier, okay, damage not done yet, but he's still got to get. We knew the quality he had. It just looks like he's found another gear. Let's see how it plays out. Owen Fox, Antonio Madariaga, but here comes Bouclier as well. Bouclier mixing it up. Owen Fox still in the lead, and Bouclier gets into second. Can Madariaga do anything through the inside? Go for the pendy, he's down. Well, Fox and Bouclier come through.
In the fourth and final quarterfinal heat, Harry Clark lined up in red, Stefano Barbizzi in green, Antoine Carlotti in blue, and Alex Demel in yellow.
So we're underway with quarterfinal number 4, powering away into top spot. Barbizzi settling into second place, Carlotti and Demel third and fourth at the moment. But Clark with an absolutely phenomenal start there, and he's put a bit of distance on Barbizzi already. Demel up to third, Carlotti running in fourth. So Clark has the advantage now. Barbizzi trying to hold off the German, and he had out of the start. Demel, what a ride it's been so far. Carlotti up into third place, Barbizzi in fourth. Now these hairpins, beautiful slide from Clark, managing his speed. Oh, we got it right, it's lost a lot of speed. That is the German Demel. And now the battle for second between Carlotti and Barbizzi. Carlotti has the world champion Italian to build a bit of an advantage, but Carlotti and Barbizzi here, and Barbizzi round the outside, taking advantage of the slipstream and now pulling away from Carlotti. Carlotti has some serious work to do over the final section. Here they come, and they have closed in on Harry Clark. Barbizzi still in second place. Carlotti trying to take some risk. Can he do something? Barbizzi making himself big, and Carlotti round the inside line. Carlotti takes second place. What a pass through the final section. Clark takes it. Carlotti coming through in second.
Now it's time for the first semi-finals. To find out who will progress onto the finals, we join our live commentary team.
Adrien Paynell in red, Morgan Owens in green, Dexter Manning in blue, Mitch Thompson in yellow. Adrien Paynell over on the left-hand side of the road. So first of the open stand-up semi-finals underway. What a start from Mitch Thompson in yellow. The man out of Bathurst, Australia, leads in the semi-final. Qualified in eighth place for this one. Paynell and Manning second and third right now. Two of the quickest men on the hill. Paynell the fastest qualifier for today's race. But they're all so tightly matched at this stage. Everything to play for. A little bit of air braking going on there. Paynell in second, Manning in third. Paynell setting up well and coming through. That is quick riding from the American Morgan Owens into that turn through this midsection of the course. Paynell in second, Manning in third. Paynell setting up and what has Owens got through here? Thompson in the lead and Manning not able to close the gap. It's all about the exit speed through this turn. That is the gap between first and fourth. About a second between all four riders in this real tricky final turn still to come. Manning in the slipstream of Owens, but right now it is Thompson and Paynell in the lead of this race. They're starting to jostle for position. Everyone very close. Coming into the final section, it is going to be a thriller through the final turn as the second semi-final. This is the moment we're waiting to see. Oh, and look at that, it is Paynell from France in the lead. Owens in second place. Manning and Thompson have got to do something. It's not going to work for Thompson or for Manning. Paynell takes it. Morgan Owens coming through in second place.
So Paynell comes in first and Owens finishes second, but after a protest concerning the last section, Manning is awarded second place, with Thompson getting third and Owens having to settle for fourth.
Semi-final 2, Harry Clark in red, Owen Fox in green, Bouclier in blue, Antoine Carlotti in yellow. A good start from all of the riders. See Owen Fox, white suit, well, Clark down in fourth place. This is not a race, of course, where you want to be sandbagging. That is certainly not what Clark is doing here. And not a lot of room there for Harry Clark, but he's got that speed. He's on the tail of the board of Antoine Carlotti. So Carlotti, Clark, Fox, Bouclier, the 1, 2, 3, 4, very early stages of this semi-final. Now the riders start to think about the tricky turns that await. Great technique from all four riders there. Fox on the inside is going to try and make the pass on Clark. It's Fox that's got the speed at the moment. Bit of a wobble. Carlotti losing speed. He might be about to go from first. Just managing the speed into this section. It's Fox in the lead. Clark in second. All running it so wide. Carlotti down in fourth place, but Carlotti slipstreaming Bouclier. Fox leads his friend. This is going to be super tight into the final section. Fox losing a bit of speed, but Harry Clark on the charge. Harry Clark through the middle, and he's bringing Bouclier and Carlotti with him. Fox maybe about to drop to fourth place here, but all sorts happening in the second semi-final. And final, and Fox in fourth place, Clark in second. There was a bit of contact. I think Clark is down. Oh, and Bouclier's down as well. There's got more riders in. Carlotti's in the bales. Everyone's off. It's a sprint. Owen Fox back on the board. Carlotti on the board. He's going to go through into the final along with Owen Fox. Who is in third? It's Harry Clark. Bouclier's going to finish in fourth place. I wonder if there might be an odd protester to coming in after that one. Let's get a look at it again into the final turn. Clark leaves a lot of road there, and Carlotti tries to take it. That's when Clark goes down. Carlotti at this point's not been able to brake. He makes contact. Carlotti the fastest to recover. Clark's having to run back up the hill. Bouclier's lost his board, and that was that. Well, drama.
After an eventful finish, protests were made and judges disqualified Carlotti, which meant Fox got first place. Clark came in second and Bouclier finished in third. After protests were considered by the officials, the Consolation final was set with Bouclier, Thompson, Owens, and Carlotti ready at the start line.
We get underway with the Consi final. It's an exceptional start for Mitch Thompson. Still Thompson with the advantage in this one. And then in second place, Morgan Owens in blue. Third right now is Carlotti. Fourth is Bouclier. Owens moving to the right-hand side, makes the pass on Thompson, but Thompson's going to switch line. This is going to be anyone's. Can Bouclier get in the slipstream of Carlotti? Owens has the lead. Working our way down through the bottom part of this course. Thompson making a move around the right-hand side. I think Thompson has grabbed the leader's spot back, but there's a big battle in the Consi final for 5th place today. And Morgan Owens still has the lead. Carlotti in second place. Thompson in third. Bouclier in fourth. Can they all get through the final turn unscathed? Yes, they can. The Consi final win goes to Morgan Owens from the USA.
Hey folks, welcome back. We are going to run through the semi-finals in the QS, and then I think we're going to bring the QS to an end and we'll get the finals done a little bit later in the day because we need to hit 2 p.m. start for the QS for our friends around the world that are taking a picture. So semi-final 1, Morgan Owens in red, Maxwell Caps in green, Aitchison in blue, Madariaga in yellow, and look at the start from Caps there. Well, let's see what Owens can do. Is he just chilling a little bit? Nah, I think he's all right. He knows he's how fast he is on this hill. But top 2 into the final, 3rd and 4th into the Consi final.
Tony trying to squeeze his way up in there, and looks like he pops his head up a little bit just to maybe choose to stay behind Max for this corner, but he's definitely going to be looking to fight it out on the exit of this corner. Everybody's still in touch here. Looks like Andy's going to make a little move on the inside of Tony, just edge him out there. Come away with maybe just a little more exit speed. And Morgan coming in on the inside too. Looks like they're going to go 2 wide, almost 3 wide. Andy backing off to give Morgan just a little bit of room to move in there.
You see the commitment from Owens there, like a little bit of break in there from Aitchison, but Owens saw that gap, found it, committed, and from 4th up to 2nd by turn 3.
Yeah, super comfortable pass for him. He's a calculated rider, and that was a fantastic move. Andy now going to be fighting from a little bit of a distance, and Tony coming out of touch a little bit here. He's probably not going to be happy with that. He's going to try to find a way to reel him in, but currently stacked up into a clean 4. Coming into the flat double apex right-hander here. Everybody trying to stay as locked as they can, trying to not slip arms there. You just want to stay as tight as possible, stay in your tuck through that turn, and be able to pull some speed. And it looks like they're still just going to be staying in position for now, but I bet they bunch up into the final turn here. It looks like their gaps are closing, not widening.
So a place in the QS final up for grabs here. Aitchison in 3rd place. Owens gets up in a top spot into the final turn. Aitchison with the slide. Oh, and Caps cuts him off. There could be a little sprint for the line here, but Owens has played this beautifully. 4th out of the gate. Takes it and right on the line. It was close.
I think Andy got it.
I think he got it, yeah.
Results, but I think he got it.
I think he had him there. So we got one more semi-final to come. I'm listening to production to see if how long we're going to stay live for after this semi-final, whether we're going to do the Luge finals. I don't think we will. We might try and get the Luge for you then. Thank you guys, just so we can update you all then. We're going to hit a 2 p.m. hard start for for the CT qualifying. So semi-final 2, Nick Broms in red there getting a good start, and Bryce Brady in blue powering away well. The back of the pack in yellow, Lucas Schultz and Mike Fitter in green in this one. Nice start from Broms, but sitting in 2nd place at the moment.
Bryce with a really strong kick there. That was kind of a dominant start for him, and it looks like they're bunching up a little now, but excellent off the line there. Nick Broms with the pressure, looking for a way in. Looking for a way around, but they're going to hold position for now. But you can tell Nick Broms is definitely pulling speed on him. He's almost having to shed it to just wait for the spot he wants to pass. You can see him just lifting his head up there. He says, you know what, not here, but there is where he wants it, and so it looks like he's going to just stick with it for now. I think as soon as they get into that straight, maybe he'll look for his opportunity to just start running.
Yeah, Brahms with that podium in the Isle of Man is right up there in the mix here, isn't he? And he's looking really strong this weekend so far. Mike Fitter, though, having a really, really impressive run here. This is where the speed builds through the tunnel. I'm going to save my tunnel story for a little bit later on. And now Brahms through that tunnel gets that top spot. Impressive riding from the young American, but Fitter's going nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bryce still on the pressure there, too. It looks like those two are running away with it, creating a little bit of space for themselves, a little bit of comfort there. But Bryce definitely still wanting to stay right in touch with Brahms. He's looking for a way through there. Brahms definitely looking strong and staying locked through this straightaway.
Yeah, so
this up just a little bit here. Dives in. Bryce maybe looking for an inside line there. See what he can do.
Not able to carry the speed through, and that outside Brahms is going to come through, take this one, and Schultz closed that gap in pretty well over that bottom section of the course, but Bryce Brady and Lucas Schultz will go into the Consi final. We are going to run on with the Luge Consi final. This should be first. Yep, we've had the semifinals, so Consi final here, and then we'll go on to the Luge final. We'll have to get this done pretty quickly. So Consi final for Luge. We've got Sabrina Riffenberg in the yellow. You can see her there. And Lorleen Pastor in blue. Peter Joseph in green. Ross Baradoy in red here in the Consi final.
And, Laureline took that big spill at the end of her last heat. I'm hoping that she's okay. We don't see her on the line here, but we haven't gotten an official report. So hoping she's all right and just maybe sitting this one out for a rest. Or maybe she's in the background somewhere.
Yeah, zoom out just a little bit and we'll see it. I think we've just got the two riders for this Consi final. So Baradoy and Laureline sitting this one out. So Joseph and Riffenberg are going to race for positions 5 and 6. And the 7th and 8th will go based on qualifying times.
Yeah, two-person race has a lot to move here. A lot of room to move around,
Well, Peter Joseph, fair to say, got the size advantage here. So on this start straight, he's built not too much of a lead, though, but into the hairpins. This is where being a little bit lighter can be helpful. Get that movement on the board and really work it through the turn. And Riffenberg right in touch, and a chance for her to make a pass here if she can just keep this going.
Yeah, comes in with a nice wide entrance. Solid lines all around. She's still got a little bit of time to pick up.
This is where she could sit in that slipstream. Does she try and go for the pass here coming into the turn 3? Joseph having to look over the wrong shoulder there. Might not have spotted Riffenberg, but a really nice tight line, and she's exited that turn beautifully. Can she carry the speed through to the tunnel side by side in the Luge QS Consi final? There, Riffenberg makes the pass. Qualified in 15th, but on for a 5th place finish in the QS.
Yeah, she'll be pleased with that. That's quite a few spots above her qualifying, and it looks like she's running away with quite the gap there. She got an excellent exit out of that turn and through the bridge, so if she can hold a gap like this, then it looks like she's going to come away with a clean 5th.
Yeah, enjoyed the line she was running there through those hairpins. Maximum commitment, using every inch of the road, pinching that apex. But this is where Joseph can maybe try and build a little bit more speed. He's not in the most aerodynamic position, but it's hard here because these little switchbacks come at you. And Joseph, is he going to go for the inside line? He puts the brakes on. I think he was. If he didn't, we might have had a bit of crash there. But it's going to be Riffenberg that comes through and takes the Consi final for the Luge with Joseph in second. Moving on very, very quickly, the Luge QS final. We've got LaBerge from Canada in red. Middle right lane as the riders look at it. James Cook in green to the left of LaBerge. Raggy English in blue. And William Wright in yellow. If you're in this QS final, you really want to win it. Super strong start from Cook. We saw that, but this is where LaBerge puts those extra pushes in and is able to maintain and build that speed through this opening straight.
Yeah, exactly. And LaBerge looking to line it up from the outside here and maybe make a move through this first corner. We'll see what he does, but he's sitting in a happy second right now. Definitely going to be putting the pressure on to try to slide in.
That was
Pulls it
commitment.
off just barely, absolutely, by the skin of his teeth around James Cook there. Excellent pass. That was absolutely textbook. And we'll look to see if he can build on that little lead there and try to find himself some space here so he's not in so much pressure. Raggy may be looking for a way to get in touch with this race too. Starting to come up on the inside of Cook there. And I'll try to swoop the inside. Looks like he is maybe going to pull it off.
Bit of
And there's
contact.
contact between the two. They seem to settle it out though, and Raggy relaxes a little bit back into third, maybe waits for another opportunity. We'll see how they go through the bridge here. Raggy looking to make another attack right there. More contact.
And
they're
they're both in
down.
the hay. That's not what we... Well, great recovery into the hay. Still going. LaBerge is going to take this one. They just bounced back onto the road.
Yeah. James Cook seems to stay steady with that one, but may lose his position.
I think it's brought William right back into it. I don't think he's wearing his yellow leg sleeve there, but we'll have to check it all out at the end for you. LaBerge is going to take it, barring no mishaps in the final turn. I think he's already through. Yes, he is. He can now focus on just messing up everyone's day in CT qualifying.
Yeah, that's going to make for some really interesting racing.
Well, James Cook coming through in second. Well, there we go. And there are some CT riders. Hans looking like he's already going to be sick. Just had that look about him, didn't he? So I think we're going to wrap that all up for you now. And we're going to be back with the CT qualifying with a fresh link. So if you're watching on this link, I think you're going to have to find a new one. But there was that contact.
Huge crash there. And it looked like Raggy was maybe making a little contact from the beginning. So, sometimes you play a little too aggressive, and that might be a result. So,
all right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed a bit of QS, a bonus live stream for you. We're going to be back 2 p.m. local time in Park City. Look out for the new link if there is one. I'm sure there will be, and we'll see you very soon.
The race was on.
Final underway on the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the veils. No, in this contact.
Consolation and Clark go tumbling out. Huge crash.
He's closed in. Oh no, what an explosion. Has got the finish line. He comes through. Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.